In this second lecture, we are studying EL 5504, unit number 4. Here we are discussing about the satellite communication. This is our second lecture. In this second lecture, we are studying the block diagram of satellite earth stations, and we are just repeat the last lecture. Thank you. First lecture in satellite communication, we just revised this. There is a satellite system, two part, space segment, ground segment. Spacecraft, in this spacecraft there is a spacecraft launch vehicle through which we can put the spacecraft into the orbit, and third one is for the controlling of this there is a master control facility. In ground segment we will discuss later on main EIRP. EIRP means effective isotropic radiated power. Inside this spacecraft there is a number of transponders and there is a antenna. For the power requirement, we use large number of solar cells. Connected in series parallel combination for required power. When the satellite is in the shadow of the earth, that means during eclipse, nickel cadmium batteries are used. Ground segment, space segment and ground segment. In ground segment we are using Kesa grain antennas are used for the receiving and transmitting the signals. Next one, we are discussing about the fixed satellite service. What is this fixed satellite service? Two type: polar equatorial, circular equatorial. There is a, when the satellite is in here, then it takes, for one revolution it takes 24 hours. So when the person is on the earth, it remains stationary for these 24 hours. We can imagine the satellite is in stationary condition. This orbit is very much important. It is 36,000 kilometers away from the earth, which is also known as the geostationary orbit. This is the last time we are discussing. Next one, today we are discussing about the satellite telecommunication earth stations. Satellite telecommunication earth station. This is the complete block diagram of satellite telecommunication earth station. A communication satellite system consists of a communication satellite high up in the sky and many earth stations on the ground which communicate via satellite. It is identical to a multi-channel microwave repeater. The satellite revolves around the earth at an altitude of 36,000 km over the equator and moves at the same angular velocity as that of the earth. In other words, the satellite is stationary with respect to earth and is therefore said to be geostationary. The earth station transmits signal on radio frequency carriers to the satellite and receives the carriers from the other stations relayed by the satellite. The typical block diagram of the communication system is comprised of antenna subsystem. This is our antenna subsystem. The second one is low noise amplifier. This is our low noise amplifier. High power amplifier. This is our high power amplifier. Ground communication and multiplex equipment. This is all are ground communication, and this is our multiplexer and demultiplexer. That means multiplex equipment, station control facility, and power supply arrangement for the providing uninterrupted power supply to the this earth station. Now we are discussing about the first step, antenna subsystem. The earth station has to transmit a beam of high power so that signal of adequate strength reach to the satellite. So this is our satellite. We consider that this is our satellite. We consider that distance is 36,000 kilometers away from the surface of the earth. But the signals received by the antenna from the satellite are extremely weak. Whatever the signal which is coming from the satellite, which are very weak and full of noise due to the large distance, very close to the noise level, and further contribution of noise by the antenna receiving chain is detrimental. A typical type of antenna, the Cassegrain type, which is mostly used for this purpose. So we are using Cassegrain type of antenna. This type of the antenna has a large paraboloid dish illumination by a subreflector. This subreflector is hyperboloid in shape. The subreflector of the antenna has to be very accurately aligned for inclination and collinearity, where the tolerance permissible is less than 0.08 degree. The antenna should have a very narrow beam width in the gain pattern, especially in the 6 GHz uplink frequency. The side lobes have to be very low so that only the appropriate satellite is beamed at the no undue interference is caused to the neighboring satellite in the orbit. Moreover, the antenna should aim very accurately at the satellite. This requires an antenna tracking system capable of maintaining tracking errors to less than 0.02 degree. This is the, we can discuss about the which type of antenna we are using. This is our Cassegrain type antenna, which receives the signal from the satellite and then transmit. This is our transmitter chain. This is our transmitter chain, and this is our receiving chain. This is our receiving chain. Whatever the signal that we want to transmit, that we want to receive, it is given to the low noise amplifier, branching network. This is your ground communication equipment like down converter, IF amplifier, demodulator, and demultiplex. Whatever the signal we are getting from the another earth stations, which is transmitted from this multiplexer, modulator, IF amplifier, up converter, and then given to the HPA, high power amplifier, and then given to the antenna. That antenna transmit the signal towards the satellite. So this is the main basic fundamental. Now we are discussing about the second one, that means LNA. What is LNA? LNA means low noise amplifier. LNA means low noise amplifier. That means whatever the signal which is coming from the satellite, it is very far and with full of noise. So we have to build this signal noiseless. For this purpose, the amplifier pass the received signal to the low noise amplifier, which are normally duplicated for improving the reliability. To bring down the noise contribution by LNA, the first stage of the amplifier, the first stage of this LNA in this system are traditionally cooled by a closed cycle cryogenic system having a cooling temperature lower than minus 253 degrees centigrade. As otherwise what happened, the thermal noise generated in the amplifier which increases with the ambient temperature. The alternative of this is to make use of thermoelectrically cooled amplifiers mounted just behind the antenna to reduce the loss as also the noise contribution. To reduce all this, these are the two main blocks in this block diagram through which we can decrease or remove the noise level which is coming from the which is inside the signal which is coming from the satellite. This is receiving chain. Here this is transmitting chain. So whatever the signal we are getting from here must be reached through antenna towards the satellite. So this must be very powerful. The signal must be powerful, then and then it reach and give the information through the signal, that means RF carrier wave, towards the satellite. So to make the signal powerful, we use this HPA, that means high power amplifier. What is inside the high power amplifier? I repeat, the RF power beamed at the satellite from any earth station has to travel a very long distance of about 36,000 kilometers. So the transmitter at the earth station, which is known as high power amplifier, should be capable of generating a continuously stable high power output of a few hundred watts. Sometimes it is several kilowatts. The final output level will depend upon the maximum channel capacity and the station criteria, design criteria. For this purpose, we are using two types of HPA. The first one is TWT type, which is known as TWT type, traveling wave type, and the second one is klystron type. TWT type, that means traveling wave type, is widely used on account of its wideband characteristics. On account of its wideband characteristics, which is extending over 500 megahertz, while the klystron has narrow band characteristics. This has a wideband characteristic, this has a narrow band characteristic, and it is frequently used due to account of its simple construction and very low cost. In every earth station, an additional HPA is kept as a hot standby with automatic switchover facility. So there is a one HPA which is connected and another HPA which is hot standby here, so that our function is not stopped. Then the next one is the GCE and multiplex. This is nothing but this is GCE. All of these, these. This is our GCE. That means ground communication equipment. In this ground communication equipment, it is consist of a up and down converter. That means in the transmitting section, there is a up converter through which we can increase the frequency of the signal and increase the power through HPA, and given to the antenna through which we can transmit the signal towards the satellite. This is your receiving chain. We are receive the signal from the satellite through the antenna, given to the low noise amplifier, make the signal, minimize the noise level or remove the noise level, and given to the GCE, that means ground communication equipment, which is in transmitting signal, it is up converter, IF amplifier and filter and modulators. In receiving chain, it is down converter, IF amplifier and filter and demodulator. Instead of modulator, here demodulator, here up converter, here down converter, and here multiplexer, that means multiplex and demultiplex, both are there. What happened here? This ground communication equipment consisting of a up-down converter, IF modulator, demodulator, which transfer the signal from 70 megahertz range to 16 gigahertz. That means from 70 megahertz to 16 gigahertz. Increase the level of frequency through the HPA, increase the level of power. And in receiving chain, it is from gigahertz, 4 gigahertz to megahertz. Here megahertz, here gigahertz. Whatever the signal which is coming, it is in 4 gigahertz range in receiving direction. The multiplex equipment in a series of stages modulates the signal up and down in the frequency range from voice frequency to 70 megahertz. Here voice frequency to 70 megahertz, here 70 megahertz to voice frequency. Now the next one is the SCPC equipment. What is SCPC equipment? This is very important. SCPC, that means single channel per carrier. Single channel per carrier. What is inside this? A special feature of the satellite communication system is that even a small number of speech circuits, we can say 6, 7 or up to 20, can be provided economically at inaccessible and far remote places. In such case, a technique which is known as single channel per carrier, that means SCPC, is used, by which each voice channel is fed to the IF modulator and in turn gets converted to the radio frequency. Hence, for every voice channel, a radio frequency carrier is allocated. In order to conserve the power in the satellite, the carrier in the SCPC is voice operated. That means switched on only when an input voice signal is available. This is our single channel per carrier equipment. The last one is the power system. For reliable power supply at the satellite earth stations, the power plant is normally battery based. In the nearby, there is a power plant in the earth station and it is battery based. This AC power from the commercial mains is rectified and fed to the storage battery, and then the battery in turn drives an inverter which delivers. Even in case of the mains failure, the AC power at the output for supply to the equipment. There is a standby engine generators are also available in there. That means it is installed to meet situations of prolonged power failures. So this is our total block diagram of the earth station. Here the main part, antenna, we are using Cassegrain type of antenna. LNA, low noise amplifier, we are using the first stage of the amplifier in this system are traditionally cooled by a closed cycle cryogenic system having a cooling temperature lower than minus 253 degrees centigrade. Otherwise, what happened? The thermal noise generated in the amplifier which increases with the ambient temperature. The next one is the HPA. HPA means power, high power amplifiers. This HPA, we are using two types of the HPA. The first one is the TWT type, which is widely used. The second one is the klystron type, which is very low cost. So it is also, this is your wide frequency, for wide frequency. This is for narrow band frequency, and klystron is widely used due to its compact and simple construction and also very low cost. The receiving chain, what happened? The signal receives with the help of low LNA, it decrease or remove the noise contribution. Then it is given, these are the different channels. Then it is given to the down converter, which decrease the amount, down the amount of the frequency, given to the IF amplifier, amplifies the signal, filters the signal, given to the demodulator. and make this in the range of the megahertz. These are the different channels, right? What happened in the transmitting section? Whatever the signal we are getting from the earth station, different earth station, there is a number of channels. In this signal, we increase the range of the frequency in the range of the gigahertz. So to improve, to increase the gigahertz range, we are using this ground communication equipment, 6 gigahertz, up converter, IF amplifier, modulator. So whatever the VR signal receive, it is given to the modulator, which modulates the signal, given to the filter, which filters the signal, given to the IF amplifier, which amplify the signal, up converter, which is increase the frequency range up to the 6 gigahertz, given to the HPA. HPA means high power amplifier. Two types of the high power amplifier we are using, and then it is given to the aerial, or we can say antennas, and through antenna we transmit the signal towards the satellite. This is the shortest way. I repeat all this theory. Thank you.